This is 5 Minute Feng Shui, episode number 4. Feng Shui for Love. Improve your bedroom and improve your love
Welcome
life.
to the 5 Minute Feng Shui podcast, where each week I talk about how to move energy and make money. You'll learn how to create a prosperous home and abundant life using classical Chinese Feng Shui. I'm your host, Katie Weber, publisher of the Red Lotus Letter, Feng Shui Easy for Wealth. Each week I'll cover Feng Shui topics that can help improve your life, share inspiring stories, and I always end with 3 easy-to-implement Feng Shui tips that you can put to work right away and usually in about 5 minutes. Now let's get started on the 5 minutes that can change your life.
Hey, are you ready to talk about love today? I am. Today's episode number 4 is Feng Shui for Love. Improve your bedroom, improve your love life. Let me tell you, love is one of those questions that I get asked a lot. It's often neck and neck with money. People have relationship problems, or they're single, or they are close to divorce, and it pains your heart. It really does. So love is such an important part of our lives, and I just can't imagine being without it. I've been married 28 years to the same guy. And I tell you what, it's a pretty great thing to know that we have a relationship that's still going strong. As a matter of fact, we moved from Austin, Texas to Guadalajara, Mexico for his health. And while we've been down here, it's been great because we've been able to spend a whole lot more time together because he retired. But I'm still working. And while I am recording this podcast today, I'm sipping on a lovely margarita that my sweetheart made for me. So let me tell you, when love goes well, there's just nothing like it in the world. So let's start talking about ways that you can improve your bedroom to improve your love life. I've got 3 tips I'm going to always have for you at the end of the call. So I keep saying call because I used to do a lot of audio seminars, and so I apologize at the end of this broadcast. All right, so let's get started. You know, one of the most important parts of Feng Shui is really about marital happiness. It's a critical component and a really important part of Feng Shui. And in fact, the mother and the marriage is really looked upon as a key foundational portion of our lives. And we know that that's true. When we don't feel well, or when we need some pampering, who do we call? We call mom. And when you're married and you need help, we rely on our spouses. Well, at least we should anyway. I know I do. So that relationship is just such a key part of creating a life of love and happiness. Now, if you've had romantic or marital happiness, you know how great it is. And if you've had unhappiness, you know how true it is that a relationship and heartache there's nothing as miserable or unhappy or heartbreaking as when you have problems in your marriage and problems in your relationship. Of course, one of the keys to an effective partnership is having that relationship on a solid romantic footing. And that's what I love about Feng Shui, because it helps you keep that relationship strong and put it on a good footing. So let's talk about where it all starts. It's in the bedroom. I know that comes as no surprise to you. Feng Shui really does have some stringent rules around bedrooms, though, and this is to protect you in many ways. And if you're in a relationship, it's to protect that relationship. Now we'll talk about some of the concepts and some of the ideas around bedrooms and how they relate to relationships. Fortunately, the rules around Feng Shui are also designed with romance in mind. So let's talk about some of those important key concepts of things that you can do to make a better bedroom for a better love life. So the first thing you want to do is to look around. A gender-neutral bedroom design has to appeal to both partners. And that's why men typically don't like floral designs. And if your bedroom is flowery and girly, your man could actually experience resentment every time he enters the room, or your partner. many times flowers don't appeal to everybody. I mean, think about it. When you go to a high-end hotel or even just a regular old hotel, just a regular Holiday Inn, or you go to the Four Seasons, you don't see flowery bedspreads anymore. They're really plain, they're simple, and they really focus on what's going on there in the bed, not making the bed the focus. So, for instance, what I mean by that is it makes the relationship and the rest and the romance more key than the pretty design on the bed. That's really important to understand. The other important thing to understand is that floral designs compete with a man's energy. Flowers are the yang expression of a plant, and so it's actually a competing energy with a man. Now, whether you're in a single sex relationship or in a male female relationship, it really doesn't matter. What's important though is that you have that sort of neutral kind of background that is appealing to both people. We want both partners to feel comfortable and relaxed, and again, keeping that focus on rest and romance. That's the R&R that we always have to focus on. So really it's important that you clear out that room of everything, just pretty much like they do on TV shows where they do a whole makeover. It's a good starting point so that you can kind of clear the decks. So when you really want to put emphasis on your relationship or your love life, whether you're single or in a relationship, look around at your bedroom. Look at the paint, look at the drapes, look at the carpet. See if these things need changing. A really good starting point is to look at the walls, because if you've got a wall that's a bright color, you're going to want to change that to be more relaxing. Now, here's a tip for you, and that is when you're looking to paint the room, a bedroom, a shared bedroom, or a room that you want to share with somebody, skin colors, those are always good colors to choose from. And we know that our skin ranges, human skin ranges from the palest white to the darkest black. So while I would not recommend using black on the walls, you can use any kind of flesh color. So maybe a pale ivory, you could do a neutral beige, a neutral tan, a pale yellow, a pink color, or a darker tan, a tobacco kind of color. Those are all very expressive colors that really relate to skin. And one of the reasons that we want to paint it that color, well, we want a little skin on skin, don't we? I mean, that's what we're there for. And when it comes to romance, we want to have that romantic relationship, that physical relationship. So look around the room, look at the color, and then if you have any sort of, really busy kind of thing going on, any kind of design, kind of take that out of it and create a sort of gender neutral type of bedroom that is much like a hotel room. Of course, you can put some accents in it, but keep it kind of that sort of neutral feeling. You know how it is when you go into a bedroom. A lot of times, if it's overwhelming, you don't feel romantic. And many times when you go to a hotel, couples suddenly get romantic. Why is that? Most likely because it's a clean bedroom, it's very neutral, and what do you usually want to do? You flop on the bed. You may often find that you have sex more often on vacation. And so think about, how can I make my room look like a vacation hotel room that I'm going to enjoy with my partner, and that we're going to feel relaxed and comfortable so that we can focus on that physical, intimate relationship with each other. So that's really important. So definitely want to look at those surroundings. Next, look at the bed. Just like real estate, when it comes to the bed, it's all about location, location, location. Make sure your bed is placed at the widest part of the room, and that the door to the room can be seen from your bed, because this is so important. This gives you stability, it gives you support, and it makes you feel like your relationship is supported. The other thing is that there's no surprises. You want to be absolutely certain that you can lie in bed and be easily able to see whoever comes into the room. It's really, really important that you do that for a number of reasons, not just romantic, but because we want to make sure that we're also in command. This is called the command position. So when we're sleeping, it's very important that we're secure and that we're in command of the room, and that means that we can see the door. Now, you don't want to be lined up with the door, you just want to be able to see the door. When you have a bed that is placed on the same wall as the door, it can hurt your relationship. It can hurt your also your health and your finances. Many times, beds that are placed along the same side as the door, you'll find that the occupants suffer from financial problems and health problems and relationship problems as well. And it can become where sex is one of those things that just rarely happens, and that's not good for a relationship. You need that physical closeness and intimacy. It's always important that you have that, and it can bring serious arguments and disagreements with a couple. It's also important that while you're in bed that you don't see the bathroom or a toilet or something like that. So make sure that your bed is under that it's against a nice solid wall. You can see the door, but you're not looking at a bathroom. So critical. Another really important thing that you've got to have in your bedroom, whether you're a couple or a single, this is so important, and that is to have a good, solid support. That means a headboard that is attached to your bed. I know more couples that have problems and they have no headboard on their bed. I also know many singles and they have no headboard on their bed. Give yourself a solid support for your relationship and for your personal security, because you're most vulnerable when you sleep. So when you have a nice headboard against a nice solid wall, it's going to make all the difference. Think about, again, going back to hotels. They always put them against a nice solid wall, and they always have a nice headboard. So take it from your favorite hotel. Maybe even mimic your favorite hotel and resorts and make your bedroom look like that, decorate it around that way. Now, it's always a good idea when it comes to beds that you have a mattress that belongs only to you and your mate. If you have a bed that was shared with another partner that comes from divorce or something like that, then what's going to happen is you're going to have that energy come along with you. If you can get a new bed, all the better. If you really can't afford a new bed, one thing that you can do is if you can get your bed outside in the grass, in the sunshine, and let it sit out there for at least 4 hours, the sun will help to purify it and kind of eliminate some of the energy. You could also take the bed and have it sanitized. But I really highly recommend that anytime you have a bed that I would say came from an unsuccessful relationship, you don't want that energy to come into your new relationship. Give your new relationship a good start by getting a new bed. This is really the number one symbol of your union, a bed. So make it a nice one. Make it one that's luxurious. Put money into a nice comforter or bedspread and really lovely sheets. And it's going to make a difference about how you feel when you go to bed. Here's another really important tip for romance. And that is, and it may seem like a dumb thing, and you might be going, oh my gosh, please don't nag at me, Martha Stewart, but it's true. And that is make your bed. You know, it's the very first skill they teach you in the military. When you get up in the morning, you get up and you don't go brush your teeth, you don't walk around, you don't get a cup of coffee, you get up and you turn around and you make your bed. Unions need to stay together. And one of the ways they stay together is by making your bed every day. That's something my husband and I do every single day without fail. Do it together too. Then it becomes a more appealing bed to fall into. I mean, you know, tearing the covers back is a lot more exciting than getting into old, rumply old sheets. At least it is for me. I like it that way. Now, look up and see if you have any kind of a ceiling fan. Now, sometimes I'm from Texas originally, so we had a lot of ceiling fans. but I'd rather you put a stand fan up if you have to have a fan. I'm not a keen on ceiling fans myself. I think it disturbs your energy, but much rather see you put a pretty chandelier there because that's really good for your romance. Also, look down. Make sure that there's not a whole lot of stuff underneath your bed, because the more things that you have underneath your bed, the more cluttered the energy is around your bed, and you need that open space, that openness. Again, going back to the hotel room, many couples they run into a hotel room, you walk in and you go, I'm here, I can relax, and thoughts turn to romance when you're relaxed. So take stuff out from underneath there. Also, remove electronics. Now, I'm gonna go against a lot of typical feng shui wisdom, which is to say, do not have a TV in your bedroom. Look, I love TV, and I love to snuggle up with my husband and watch TV. Today's flat screen TVs are a far cry from the old tubes that were convex and reflected the person in bed. I didn't like those. I didn't recommend those in the bedroom. But flat screen TVs, don't give me feng shui heartburn. Don't worry about that. What does give me feng shui heartburn are tablets, phones, and computers that are used in the bedroom. Get them out. Work them out. Work on them in the living room. Work on them in your home office. Work on them anywhere, but leave them out of the bedroom. I highly recommend that even having your phone turned on and getting texts and notifications while you're sleeping, one, it's not romantic if you're in the middle of things, and the other thing is it's disruptive to your sleep, and there ain't no romance that goes on when everybody's tired. We all know that. So so don't worry about having a TV in your bedroom, as long as it's not always on some sports channel. No, not to you guys, or I don't know what you might be listening to, but or watching on TV. Make sure you have if you have a show or something that you like to watch, make it something that you enjoy watching together. So don't worry so much about the TV in the bedroom. The other thing is change your sheets. Make sure that if your sheets come from a previous marriage, make sure that those are thrown away, given away, cover the plants from freezing, that kind of thing. Don't use them. Always have nice new sheets. And I actually like pink sheets. Pink sheets are a sentimental color of red. They have a little bit of an energy, and they're very romantic, and they're very flattering for every skin color. So pink sheets are a really nice way to kind of boost your love life. Remove all the mirrors. It's very important that you remove mirrors because they double the number of people in the room. And we only want how many? 2. Only 2. And if you've got one of those dressers, those triple dressers that has a mirror attached, you can take it off and hang a pretty piece of artwork over that. And so don't think that just because it came with a mirror, it has to stay there. Hang that mirror somewhere else. Put it out in the hallway or something like that. You don't need to have a mirror in the bedroom. Put it in the closet, put it on the back of the door, do something, but just make sure it doesn't reflect the bed, because this can create 1, insomnia, and 2, infidelity, and we don't want that. Now, decorate sparingly. We talked about this, and let's talk about the absolute feng shui no-nos. And that is absolutely no plants, no flowers, and no water features in the bedroom. Absolutely not. Just, again, going back to the hotel rooms. You never see plants, you never see flowers, and you don't see water features there. So make your bedroom just the same. Water and plants drown the energy in a couple's bedroom. Plants are disruptive to sleep. I know you've seen them on decorating TV shows that claim to be feng shui, but they're really not. Artwork and pictures, make sure that you have only pictures of the 2 people in that bedroom. Don't do like one couple I know. They've been married for 30 years and they ended up divorcing, but they had the wall completely covered from top to bottom with all the pictures of their kids opposite their bed. Well, how romantic is that? It's not. So take that down. Your dead grandmother's picture, take it out. It can go in the living room. Put pictures of the 2 of you in there, and put things in there that look romantic to you. That's so much better. And make sure that there's no exercise equipment, and there's no work equipment, no desks, that kind of thing. Again, nice and neutral so you can sleep, R&R, rest and relax. Okay, we've gotten through almost 19 minutes of love feng shui. Here are your 3 tips. Number one, position your bed correctly and make sure you have support. Support of a headboard and support of a solid wall and that you can see the door from the bed. Number two, make your bedroom a haven for rest and romance. If you've got your exercise equipment in there or your bike or your treadmill, it is not going to inspire romance. So take it out of there. Get rid of all the electronics too. Make sure that you are just there for resting and romance. And remember, TVs are okay. And number three, remove all plants and any floral motifs. They are not beneficial for your relationship and can actually harm them. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode on love. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of 5 Minute Feng Shui. If you did, please be sure to share this episode with your friends on social media, and let's change the world one home at a time. For more Feng Shui information and inspiration, sign up for my free weekly Feng Shui Easy. Just drop by redlotusletter.com to sign up, and I'll be in your inbox every Wednesday. And if you like this episode, give it a thumbs up on iTunes. Now go have a fantastic day.